Yes, we are right now live. Okay,
Okay.
thank you
Hi.
so much. Good evening, everyone. It's a great honor to me, especially, and honor to please you in this part. Welcome to you all to Global Leaders Talk, and a platform where the leaders from different parts of the Global Leaders Talk and in this part, welcomes together to share insights, experience, and perspective that influence the direction of our global community. So, on the delay, and today's theme is very simple and leadership challenges in the world, and presented the world reminding us diversity is one of the greatest unity, and diversity is the greatest strength of global leadership.
Mm,
And in our societies have different perspective, different thinkings, and we are already some things. And in this inspiration session is proudly presented by Tushar Associate, an organization committed to developing leadership, communication, and professional growth. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tusar Hasan Hridoy, a soft skill sales leadership trainer from Bangladesh, and I'm truly honored to be part your host from today's global conversations. So I am very confident that the insights shared by our guest will inspire all of us. So now back to the point, guest introductions. Today we are privileged to welcome our outstanding speaker who are making an impact in leadership, communication, and personal development across the world. So first we are honored to welcome Nancy, a Maxwell leadership trainer, speaker, coach, and mentor from Canada. Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's truly an honor to be here. I think what you're doing is great, and it gives the opportunity for people to speak and give their point of views and to be heard. And I really, I salute what you're doing. And it's actually morning here in Canada.
Yes.
So it's quite interesting, actually, that we're across the globe and way over to the other end of the world, and have, I think 9 hours difference. So I think it's quite interesting that we can be on a Zoom, and it's morning here and it's in the evening over in Bangladesh. So I think that is wonderful. I'm
Oh,
truly
yeah.
honored to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much for connecting with us. And I don't know, years right now, more than 9 or 11 hours different from our Bangladesh. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, I request every watching live, drop your country names in the comment sections. And if you have any question or if you know any information, you can feel for connected with comment sections and text and comment section your questions. And let us know where you are from, also joining this from. So without wasting our time, and we leave to and dive into the discussions. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have different speakers in our communities, but unfortunately, today we are inviting one speaker, especially for Maxwell Certified Trainer. So, my first question is the very simple, Nancy. In our different audience, they want to learn and want to know how to development the communication. And in today's, you know that very well, the fast changing world and rapidly changing our world. Yes. So, what do you think is the biggest leadership challenge in the present world globally? Could you please tell me?
I believe that one of the greatest challenge is the lack of unity. I believe that when we come together, it's a force that cannot be reckoned with. And I believe that in a world that seeks to divide, we ought to be agents of change, to be those that look for unity. Unity doesn't mean agreeing with every people's opinion. That's not what unity is. I believe that when you respect and love others, that you can love them and respect them, even if you don't share 100% every opinion that they have, because unity is not necessarily about agreeing with someone 100% of the time. It's respecting who they are and loving and appreciating them. And I think also it's not just the lack of unity, but I believe the other challenge too is getting to a place of understanding each other. I find that we need to take more time to listen and take more time to actually put yourself in someone else's shoes. I find that in the world today, people are very quick to judge. And if we take time to listen and we take time to, I guess, put on a lens of a different perspective, because sometimes we see people and we see through a lens of criticism, a lens of judgment. But when you see people in what they're doing, in with unity and with respect, you actually put on a different lens. So sometimes it's maybe cleaning your glasses, go home, clean your glasses and say, how am I
Yes.
perceiving this person? How am I perceiving this situation? I think if we come together in unity, I think it will make the world of difference, because we want to impact in a positive way. We don't want to impact where things become destructive. We want to impact not to divide, but to come together for bringing something positive, bringing something great. And I think that
Yes.
if we are going to be world changers and, bring something positive, we need to be united.
Yeah, absolutely. You are saying is truly great, and it's 100% truth. Unity is one of them, and unity is the power of a nation. So when you have too much unity people, then you can change everything. And this is the important fact for global people, and this is the lack, I think, in our global industry, lack of
Hmm.
unities. Yes. So
Yes, I
when
agree.
and I have seen a lot of youngest people in our countries. Uh, they have too much talented, but they have know how to speak in other people and how to motivate other people because
Yep.
no one showed the right directions. That's why they are the fail into this, and also unity is lack. So yeah,
Hmm.
that all. Thank you so much,
Yes.
and we learn
Yes.
from this story. Unity is one of them. So when you have too much unity people, then you will create something for global industries. So yeah, thank
And
you
if
so
I
much
may,
for
oh,
yeah.
pardon me. If I may add on the same subject, I really think that also there seems to be a focus on the negative. I mean, how many people have said, I prefer not to listen to the news because most of it is negative. So I think that if we can be those that actually bring out the positive. Sometimes there's even negative situations and things that happen, but be the person that actually pulls out what's good and how we can change something. Recently I was speaking on, I think you were on the call as well with the youth. And I was giving the example of, sometimes we're given life challenges that we cannot control, right? And I gave the example of a Canadian that was well known in the 1980s. His name was Terry Fox, and he walked, across Canada with a limb, like he had an artificial leg, and he raised funds for Cancer Society. So he actually took what was negative and brought and turned it into something positive. So I think that we can be agents of change that way, is to, when there's something that's negative, we turn something into positive. We bring light into it. We bring hope into it, and that it changes situations and it changes for the better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everyone knows that very well in this. global industries, when you will collaborate or when you are connected with different culture, different people, then you are open those new doors for global industries. But when your mind is totally negative, then you didn't get any opportunities in the global industries. Yeah. So yeah, that
Correct.
was great. Thank you
That's
so
right.
much. And my second question
Hmm.
is that you are actually you are also Maxwell certified. So my question is very simple, and that from your experience as a Maxwell certified speakers and international speaker, and what key leadership qualities are missing in today's young leaders? Because we are seeing a lot of younger leaders making in today's in the world. So please, could you please tell me?
Okay. That is a very interesting question. And I really like that question. I appreciate that question. I think that was, you received a lot of wisdom when you know, formulated
Yeah.
that question, I think, because there is a few things missing, and I'm going to name a few. Um, and the first thing is humility. There is lack in humility in some of the leaders out there. And I think that it's also motive, right? So if you
Right.
have two, you can have two people rise, two leaders rise at the same time, but they may not have the same motive. One could rise with the goal to add value to others and empower others. And the other could rise for self image and self gain and just to promote self. And the two leaders might appear like they're doing the same thing, but the motive is not at the right place, right? The motive is not the same. So I believe that lack of humility is what causes a lot of problems with leadership today. And I heard my pastor say recently that humility is not something necessarily a feeling, but it's a choice. And I agree with that, because every day we have choices to make. And are we going to make the choices that reflect humility, or are we going to make the choices that reflect, uh, you know, uh, promoting self, or your appearance and your image? You know, I think it's good to appear clean and proper. Today we got dressed, and we got dressed to the par. I put my makeup on as a woman, and I got dressed. There's nothing wrong with taking care of ourselves. That is not what I'm saying. But if your motive for doing something, for starting a movement, or rising up as a leader, it's not about getting famous. It's about the impact that you're going to have in other people's lives. It's about making a difference in other people's lives. Um, I find that too many leaders today are trying to get quick success. They're trying to get quick fame. They're trying to get quick results, you know, but they are not willing to allow their character to be formed, to be refined, to be polished. They're not allowing their character to be changed, and they actually don't want to grow because they don't want to change. I think humility is admitting when you're wrong. Humility is seeing that you're not perfect, and that you admit. That is humility. And then when you admit that you're wrong, you're actually able to work on yourself and grow and do better. If there's anything that I've learned um, through the Maxwell leadership, through John, is how he promotes growth and how it is important for growth. I think till the day we die, we will always have something to learn, and something to learn from others. And I think humility is allowing room for growth. If you block this room for growth, you're going to stay at the same position. You're not going to grow, and you're not going to learn, and you're not going to be able to help other people grow. Because if I know something and learn something, I want everybody to know, because I want them to go out there and have success in whatever they are doing and succeed in whatever they're doing. So I believe that motive and humility are two keys to have great success. And I believe that if you start something with the motive that is not at the right place, right? I believe that it'll be difficult to sustain the success. I think at some point it'll crash. It will not be something that will last. It will not be a lasting success. So I believe that unity is key for lasting success. And I believe looking into yourself and allowing yourself to grow and allowing others to help you along the way, because we need others. So this comes along with unity once again, right? We need others. We need to be a team together to help change the world. So
Yeah, absolutely right. I agree with you because maximum people's maximum leaders, they are try to quick results. This is the more mistakes. Yes, and we are saying that maximum people says that without politeness, life is meaningless, and we
mm,
need humility, and humility is one of them for succeed in your life. So unfortunately, not only our countries, the global leaders, there says a lot of thinking. The main thinking is they are trying to get a quick result. There's the more
mm,
mistakes in the global leadership. And second thing is that they are not trying to humility, and sometimes they are thinking, yes, I am little, I am something, something. Yeah, this is
yeah.
the attitude in the global leaders. So there's very missing information and miss behavior, their perspectives. Yeah. So that all. Yeah.
Mm,
Thank you so much for
mhm,
give me some good informations for initiative for global young leaders. So yeah, in here we are seeing and it's still now connected. Syed Rafiqul Hussain, he is a very well-known person as a storyteller from Bangladeshi people, and he's also trainer. In here, he said that Tusar rocks. So here training. Oh, that's great. Nice to meet you. It's my pleasure for connecting this live. So yeah, now, next question is very simple, Nancy. You are working with a lot of experience about this corporate sales, leadership trainings, and different countries. So my last question is just very simple. How can a leaders build trust and influences in our digital and fast moving environment? Because you know that people change from environment, families, neighbors, and different culture. So could you please tell me something about
Yes,
this?
it is true that it's a fast moving world, especially in the technology. And I think that it requires a lot of wisdom and discernment. I believe as a leader, it is important to be able to use the tools that we have for the better, for the good. So I think we need to be vigilant and be careful in how we use certain tools. I believe that we're getting into possibly some trouble because we need human connection. We need we are created to have connection. So we are not, if we rely completely on technology and we are not communicating, it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna go so well, right? So I really believe that it
Absolutely.
requires to differentiate between, what's real and what's fake. And we need to be careful of how we use certain things because um, people need authenticity. They are looking for someone who is authentic. So, in order to be able to trust someone, you need to know that they are real, that they are authentic. So, if we allow technology to get on the forefront, I would say, in the authenticity of people and communicating and connection is in the back burner, then we have things reversed. So we need to be careful. And when I say this, I want to clearly say that I am not against technology. I'm not against AI. I think that there are great tools out there to help us in the business world to, um, achieve a lot of work and do a lot of work much quicker in our day, and to be able to focus on connections to allow us more time with our family and do things much quicker. So don't get me wrong, I'm not against it, but I just think that it depends on what hands it falls on. And I think that we need to be vigilant and to be careful in how we use the technology that we have today. And it should use it to advance unity, not bring division. We should use it to advance others and to lift others up, not to, divide and bring chaos. So there's so many things out there that, I talked about in your previous question in regards to the sorry,
Please
I
keep going.
lost my train of thought here. I'm just thinking about, yes, okay, so the way that we are honest and that we walk in integrity, because humility is also integrity, right? And what I was saying earlier, and it came back to me, I knew it would come back to me, is we need to be careful not to judge, right? So with the technology today, I find that it's very easy for people with the wrong motives to trick and
Right.
to falsely accuse people using the technology. So that is what I mean by the technology in itself is good, but it depends on what hands it falls on. So we need to be vigilant and diligent and very wise in the way we use it, and so that it promotes and you know gives a good impression of other people instead of showing a bad impression of someone. Because I think that when you look to have others succeed and you push people up, I think that you will have success. And I want to say that one of the things that was that touched me the most when I joined the John Maxwell team, and I had heard of some books and read about him and knew his values, right? But
Yes.
in this world today, when I was part of the program and started the program, it's almost like I could see a vision of John Maxwell, and he is already up the ladder. We know that. He is up the ladder
Yes.
of success. But why is he there? He chose to put others first. So it's almost like I could see him underneath the ladder pushing us up. So I could see people over his head
Yes.
and he was pushing people up. This is the image and the vision that I could see of him. And he has success because he has a heart to want to see others. And for years and years, this has been a burden in my heart, but I never knew that I had a program that gave me the blueprint and the content to actually express the values that are really in my heart. So I knew I was with the right team and I knew I was with the right people when I started to get to know the team and them. So I really think that to influence in a digital world, we just need to be very careful. We need to be very careful in how we use it. Is it going to bring something positive in the life of other people, or will it bring something negative? Because that is where people start to divide and they are not in unity because they continue to falsely accuse people. They continue to put an image out there that is not the truth. And when we don't walk in truth, we are not able to advance in the world in a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the very important thing is the humility is very important part of the leaderships if you want to be a successful good leader in future. And second thing is that humility is your choice every single day. You get hurt,
Mm,
not get hurt, you feeling good, not good. It's totally depend on your choice. Yes, but
yeah,
better
it's
choice
vital.
make a better future. So
Hmm.
yeah, that all great. And the second thing is that very important unity, because unity is one of them for global industries, for global leadership and technologies everywhere. Unity is one of them, and team with unity, team with unity. And second thing is that active with authenticity for technology as a leadership training or trainers.
Hmm.
So, and many of the people, their mistakes just want to get quickly result. That's the very, very, very mistakes for global leaders. So yeah, that all.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for giving your valuable times, dear audience. We are lastly finally we're try to
My pleasure.
sound in our live. And if you have any question or if you know any information, we will learn from our guest and where you stay some things. And second thing is that if we mention some things, leadership from John Maxwell, leadership says that all about uh, leadership all about influence other people, not more, not less. This is the facts.
Mm,
So you have to influence other people, you have to motivate other people. Yeah, and you have to push up
true.
every day, and you have to
Yeah,
add it more values. So when you will add more values with other people, then you will be success today or tomorrow. All right.
correct. You got it.
So
Everything falls and rises on leadership, doesn't it? That's what John says, and it's so true. Everything falls and rises on leadership. So it's important to get that right. It's important to get the leadership right. I would say it's vital. And
yes,
humility is
absolutely.
definitely vital. Yeah.
Yeah,
And having the right
humility,
motive.
and it's very important part, not only our corporate or professionals but also our personal life. Humility is everywhere, because as a human being with humility, this is the true human being. Yes. So we are finally last moment. So Nancy, would you like to share something, your experience? I have no questions at the moment. So would you like to share your experience? I don't
Well,
want to
I
ask you
just
some questions.
I think that I think in life, I think it's just important to be real. So I before getting on here, my desire was simply to add value to people. You want to do well, you want to speak well, of course you do. But there's going to be moments where you like I was trying to, remember my thoughts. What was it that I wanted to say? And it finally came. But you know what? If people don't see real life, they are not going to be able to come to a place and say, I can do this. But if they see someone who's real and someone who is human and that we do make mistakes, right? I think that it's something to achieve. So we don't want to be the kind of leader that pretends to have it necessarily all together, right? I believe that it's important to be a leader who is human and cares for what people not what they think of yourself, but what I mean is care for other people for their well-being, right? And I think
Right.
that if you have that motive, you will become a great leader. And it will just happen naturally and automatically, but it is hard work. It's hard work because every day you need to grow. Like I said, if you have you need to work on your character. You need to be willing to change. You need to be willing to grow. So that's just basically a summary. And I just really want to thank you for having me, Tusal. You have a caring heart. I saw that right away when we connected. I had a headache and I said, can we just push it to half hour later? And you were very caring and understanding. And I think that having a caring heart is important. And I think that, what you're doing is awesome. And you're giving a voice to people that needs to be heard. And I think I salute what you're doing. I congratulate what you're doing and I encourage what you're doing. And thank you. I'm honored to be here. I was honored and it was such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much also for your give your valuable time, because we know that my mission is vision is very simple to unlock their potential skills in the global industry, the youth people, because you know that many of the people, many of the youngest leaders struggle about this part for leadership, communications, soft skill, and lot of skills lack of global also unities, because no one showed the right directions. That's why they failed to this. So my vision is very simple. I want to create a platform where the young people will be trained and speaking without fear and create impactful work. So
That
that's
is
my mission visions. Stay connected with me and we will create together next future for global industry. So thank you so
yes.
much for having me
Thank
also.
you.
And dear audience, we are finally last moment. So see you soon, last and next sessions. Then we'll still connected with Tushar Associate. See you soon next podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.